So my next question is, for those that will catch this interview on YouTube or on our website or wherever out there in social media world, can you kind of explain the process behind Blackened Bourbon? Like what's its proof, the whole black noise concept for someone that might just fall upon us late at night or whenever and want to learn more about why we're actually sitting here, I guess you'd say.
Yeah, and this is what's exciting about it. I'm a whiskey nerd first and foremost,
right.
So I like to dive into those little aspects. And this is a blend of North American whiskeys. We've got Tennessee bourbon, we've got Indiana bourbon, Indiana rye, Canadian rye. All these are great whiskeys that stand independently on their own. But when you blend them together, you create something phenomenal. And that's all aged in white American oak, average of about 8 years in white oak. And at that point, we could have stopped right there, but Dave took it another level, so let's do a cask finish on it.
Nice.
We're going to use black brandy barrels. These are Spanish brandy barrels. And I'm a huge fan of cask finishing. When I was, in my past life, I was doing a lot of cask finishing with my other whiskeys. And again, we could have stopped right there, but there was this great idea to take the power of the sound, that wall of sound of Metallica, and apply it to the whiskey in the barrel. So while we're doing that cask finish, we are applying our black noise sonic enhancement process.
That's just unbelievable.
And this to me is where I love the innovation here, because there's all the traditional ways of making whiskey, and there's so many different methodologies. But now we're taking an innovation of adding sound to that process.
Yeah.
And if you look at the front of you've got the Blackened whiskey bottle right here, and that's a sound wave right there. That's actually a sound wave of James Hetfield singing the word Blackened.
Nice.
So a little subtle nod to the band, but at the same time, this represents the black noise process. These are all peaks and valleys. That represents movement. So when you've got movement, when you got sound played at a low frequency like that, it's creating vibration. It's moving in and out. So in regular aging, the pores of the wood are open during the heat of the day. The whiskey's moving into the barrel, and the cold of the night, the pores close up, push the whiskey back into the barrel. So it's moving in and out at a natural pace, almost like a breathing organic thing.
Wow.
But you add sonic enhancement to it. You're adding sound. Now you've got these vibrations. Now it's just moving. Like if you are walking in front of a speaker at a concert, just like we are at Louder Than Life, and you feel that vibration in your chest of the sound. That's exactly what we're doing in the barrel. It's just moving in and out at a very, very rapid pace. So every batch is numbered, and the band members will take turns selecting their playlist. Metallica music, of course.
Of course, yeah.
And so you can go on blackenedwhiskey.com. You can look up the batch number that you have.
Okay.
You can see which band members selected the playlist. There's a Spotify icon next to it. You can take a photo of that. It will actually populate the playlist of the music that was used to sonically enhance the batch of whiskey that you're drinking.
That's great.
And it's what I love is the science behind it. We did our tests on it. We sent things off to the lab, and we found definitively that vibration makes a difference in the whiskey.
Now, was that Dave Pickerell's brainchild?
That was.
Wow.
Yeah. So he was originally inspired. He was at West Point. So he was also in the Army.
Well, I'll be.
And he here's to Dave.
Yes, Dave.
Yeah.
Rest well, my friend.
When he was at West Point, he befriended the caretaker for the pipe organ there at the cathedral, one of the largest pipe organs in North America. And the guy had shown him this note that when he depressed the key, the building would vibrate because it would. And the guy said, I don't push this key for very long because I'm afraid I'm going to bring this building down on top of us.
Right.
And Dave was inspired by that. He thought, what if we could use that sound, the vibration, in the actual whiskey itself. Mm-hmm. This is where the band gets to put their fingerprints on the process. So we're able to really it's just a full circle artistry and collaboration.
Sure. So I love this next question.